So I'm about to anger a whole fan base. So for today's video, I just thought, why don't we just have a discussion? I want to talk about why new One Piece is not as good as old One Piece. Now hold your horses, keyboard warriors. Let me explain. Now first off, this doesn't apply to the anime because I never watched it before. I only read the manga. And second, if you don't agree with me or you have any differing opinions, feel free to drop it in the comment section. Now first I want to talk about why I fell in love with One Piece. For me, my first time reading One Piece was like reading my childhood in a book. Everything was so magical and fun. And then eventually the story progressed to something bigger and better. More dramatic events, more emotional arcs, everything was perfect. One of the main things I enjoyed about One Piece was the simplicity of the story and the dialogue in the manga. I also love Oda's artwork and his paneling. I always felt like everything wrapped together really smoothly. Now my main issue with the most recent chapters of One Piece is that it feels like it totally forgot what made the series so special at the beginning. Reading a chapter from One Piece these days is almost like reading a chapter from an actual book. The dialogue bubbles are filled to the brim, and they're always covering most of the panel work. Now obviously Oda is trying to finish the story within the next 5 to 10 years, and he does have a lot of story to write, so I completely understand that, but still I don't enjoy having all that dialogue in the manga pages. Another critique of mine of the most recent chapters would be that the artwork isn't as clear and simple as it used to be. Often I find myself staring at the panels, trying to decipher what character is doing what, who is even in the panel, and it can get confusing at times. Now you may think I'm overreacting, but if you do go back to the first story arcs of One Piece, you see how simple the paneling is, how clear the paneling is, how clear the artwork is, how good the dialogue is. It really is an enjoyable read. But these days, getting through a One Piece arc kind of feels like a chore. The amount of characters' names you need to remember. And I know this is a plus for many people. Many people love having all this dialogue and information in the stories, especially for creating theories. And I'm also a fan of theories. I even made one myself earlier, which is my highest viewed video on YouTube. But I think the problem comes when the average or casual One Piece fan can't really get through a chapter without feeling confused or feeling like the quality of the series has deteriorated from the original arcs. But honestly, I don't think there really is much Oda can do to fix this problem, because he is trying to finish the story, because he's not going to be writing this story for his whole life. He needs to have some relaxation time. I'm sorry to break it to your One Piece fans, but this isn't the only thing he's ever doing. He has a family, he has kids, he has a wife. So I know he is planning for the end of the story. But although One Piece does have these bad factors about it, it still is an amazing story. It still is one of my favorite mangas of all time, and I still love the story to pieces. And these qualities of the story, although they may be bad, it's not going to stop me from reading the story. So if you guys have any differing opinions or don't agree with what I said, feel free to drop a comment and we can have a discussion about it. I like doing that, and yeah. So it's been Anything TV, and I'm out. Deuces.